What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live. Today's episode is number 70, and coming into today's episode, we are sitting at a 29 game differential. As far as our record is concerned, 84 and 55 is where we sit right now, so we are one game away from a 30 game differential. That is pretty freaking cool, I have to say. Now, before we get into the challenges today, we'd just like to remind you guys of our like goal for this video, which is 70 likes. So if we could meet that, that would be absolutely fantastic. So do not forget to click that thumbs up button right below this video. It does help out a lot. Now, today we are bringing the same team as we brought the last two videos. I will go over it very briefly. We are bringing a very standard Hitmonlee. It's going to be normal gem, fake out, unburden, all of that stuff. Choice specs, Sceptile, and then we also have a physical wall Weezing with Pain Split and all that stuff. And then two Swords Dancing Pokemon in Bisharp, which is actually holding a Lumberry, Focus Sash, Samurott, and then Life Orb, Rock Polish, Lunatone. Because why not? It's actually done kind of, sort of, some stuff. Anyway, we're up against just a lot of threats. Threats everywhere. Scizor, Dragonite, Volcarona, Gyarados, Haxorus. Then the only not as threatening Pokemon on this team is going to be that Milotic. And Milotic is still a great Pokemon. Still difficult to deal with. So we're going to have our hands full here. That is for sure. He could have two Megas here. He could have Mega Scizor, or he can have the Mega Gyarados. Mega Gyarados is actually incredible on Battle Spot, so I would not be surprised if that's what my opponent is bringing. Although, even though it's really good on Battle Spot, I just haven't seen it a whole lot. It's not very common, which is kind of strange. Now, I don't really know what I want to bring here. I really do not know what I want to bring. He's got a lot of resistances to water. 1, 2, 3, 4 resistances to water. Only one Pokemon's going to be weak to it, and Scizor is going to be neutral, so that is kind of out of the question. I kind of want to bring... Let's see. We can start off with the Bisharp. That has potential. And then I can start doing things that my opponent's not going to like. He does have quite a few Pokemon that will be walled by Weezing. And not necessarily walled, but we can burn it and then start doing things. So let's actually lead off with the Weezing. We're going to bring the Hitmonlee, because if that Gyarados does Mega Evolve, that will be very helpful. And then I'm thinking I want to bring the Bisharp as well, because he also has a lot of resist to grass. So with all those dragons and Gyarados and Milotic and all of these things running around, Samurott is not probably the best choice either. So that is what we are going for. Leading off with the Weezing, we're going to try to burn something. Hopefully he does not lead off with the Volcarona. And by he, I mean she, because we're up against a girl today. So there's Weezing, looking nice and just nice. Just nice. We're sticking with nice. There's the Dragonite. I definitely am going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here. There's no reason for me not to. If he switches in, or she switches in, the Volcarona will be a little bit of a disadvantage, but he's just going to go for the Dragon Dance here. So that is a thing. Hoping no Lumberry. And that may be why she went for the Dragon Dance here, feeling safe. The Will-O-Wisp does connect, so that is a burn Dragonite. That also means that we are going to remove the multi-scale. I do not see a Lumberry, so we are looking okay here. We are looking okay indeed. Now, I kind of want to go into Bisharp and start setting up all over this thing. I really do. And, you know, try to like, preserve Weezing a little bit in case she's bringing other physical attackers like Haxorus or something like that. I don't see any reason to go into Hitmonlee at this point. Bisharp, at the very least, will resist Outrage. It could potentially have the Earthquake, so that could be a problem, but if it just goes for Earthquake at -1, I don't think that's going to kill. So we should be okay here. Should be okay. If another Dragon Dance is coming, that could be a problem. Ooh, back up to neutral now. That could be an issue. That could definitely be an issue. I can see an Earthquake coming. Part of me wants to just switch out back into the Weezing and just rack up some more burn damage. Roost could be a thing as well. So, I mean, Sucker Punch is not going to kill from this range. It definitely is not. I don't know if Earthquake will, though. at neutral. I think Bisharp might be able to live that. So let's actually go for a Swords Dance. It's a little bit risky. Oh, Fire Punch. That's definitely not going to kill at neutral. No way. No way. Hopefully no burn, and it doesn't matter because we have the Lump Area just completely spaced on that. Fire Punch is a great move to carry on Dragonite because it does take care of the Steel types that will resist the Dragon Stab. And actually it gives you a way to do some damage to Pokemon like Skarmory, which would not normally be affected by the Earthquake. Now we can go for Sucker Punches pretty much all day long, and it'll be fun. And this person is not going to switch out their Dragonite, so that is a dead Dragonite. So a team of Weezing and Bisharp taking out a very, very powerful Pokemon. I'm happy to see that. I actually was unaware until a few days ago that Bisharp is actually in OU this generation. That's just how little I've been playing OU lately. I didn't even know that Clefable was up there. I guess I haven't been paying as much attention as I should. The Intimidator's coming in, but we have Defiant, so we're gonna get another attack boost here, which is great. And I have no reason to not go for Sucker Punches. I mean, this thing could start Dragon Dancing all over the place, and it would be a disaster. But what else can I do, really? Waterfall or Earthquake would most likely take me out, so we have to Sucker Punch. Really don't see any way to get around that. And it looks like this Gyarados is going to attack, so it's just going to straight up die to a Sucker Punch from this Bisharp. We're going to get damaged by the Rocky Helmet there, so that is a bit unfortunate, but we are up by 2 Pokemon with this Milotic coming in. Now, I don't know if this thing is going to want to attack me or not. Kind of iffy on going with the Sucker Punch here, but what else can it really do? We're going to go for the Sucker Punch. I don't see this thing doing much. We may actually get a forfeit right here. No forfeit, and the Milotic's going to attack, so that is going to be not quite a dead Milotic. What are we at, +3 right now? Jeez, Milotic is so thick. That has to be like physically defensive, bold-natured, because that just, I don't know. Stab, Sucker Punch at +3, not a one-shot. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We're going to go into Hitmonlee here. We're not going to play any games with this thing. I could go into Weezing and start, you know, T-Volting and stuff, but it's really not going to do that much damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to fake out to make sure that we are faster. And, I mean, we're going to be faster anyway, but it will also make sure that a close combat kills, because I'm honestly a little bit worried with how much that the Sucker Punch did. Look, Fake Out does absolutely nothing, even though it gets boosted by the normal gem. With the Lefty's Recovery, we're almost in the exact same position we were before, but we're going to go for a close combat here. I'm really hoping that this takes this Milotic out, because if it goes for a Recover, that's going to be an issue. No, the Milotic is going to go down here, so I don't know by how much. I don't know, it went down kind of a little bit too slow for my liking. I got a little bit worried. But, I mean, close combat from a Hitmonlee, that is such a powerful attack. Anyway, that is going to be a victory for us. That means a 30-game differential. 85 and 55 is our record. And we have a chance here today. I mean, there's no guarantees, of course. But we have the opportunity to go up on a 31-game differential. Now, I feel like that's asking a lot. I really, really do. But we're going to give it a go with this crazy team that we're bringing. It's just, I don't know. I'm surprised we've won any matches with this team, to be honest. But Bisharp has come through clutch quite a few times, and I can see why it's such a great Pokemon. I used it a lot in UU last gen, and it did so much work. And with Dark being a better typing this generation with the Steel nerf, I can see why it moved up to OU. Now, our next opponent is bringing the Umbreon, Lantern, Heracross, which could be Mega, Gengar, which also could be Mega, Talonflame, and Ferrothorn. So that Ferrothorn is going to be a thorn in our side because I do not have any fire types at all. Now, he may see that and bring the Ferrothorn for that reason, so I guess we have to bring the Weezing, because that's the only thing that has a fire type attack that can handle it. Now, I don't even think Fire Blast from a Weezing, you know, unstabbed, uninvested, all that stuff, I don't even think it's going to be a one-shot, even though it's 4 times effective. But we pretty much have to bring it at this point. I don't see any way around that. I really, really am not seeing any way around that. So do I want to lead off with the Weezing? No, that is a different story. I don't know if I do, because that Gengar can do a number to this Weezing. I really can. Huh, decisions. Now, I kind of want to lead off with the Bisharp and just deal as much damage as possible, but that Ferrothorn is going to be an issue. It really is going to be an issue. I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to lead off with the Bisharp, and we're going to bring the Weezing, and we're going to bring the... Do I want to bring the... I kind of want to bring the Lunatone. What can the Lunatone do? It has the Earth Power for the Lantern, but it's not going to do that much. Sceptile really doesn't do much to anyone on my opponent's team. In fact, all of them except for Lantern and Umbreon resist Grass-type stabs, so that might not be the best idea. Samurott could do some work, I guess. Hitmonlee, really not going to be doing that much work either, so let's bring the Lunatone. Bisharp, Lunatone, Weezing, that's what we're doing. We ran the clock pretty much again because that's just what I do. I don't know, I always take forever to choose my Pokemon. That's just what it is. I like to think it through and, you know, try to make a decent analysis on, you know, my opponent's team and what the probability is for them to bring certain things. And sometimes it really works in my favor that I take my time, and other times I overthink and it kind of works against me. So the Heracross is starting off here, and that is a huge problem. I really need to hope this thing isn't Mega, or he might just get swept. Honestly, we have to switch into the Weezing because Lunatone is just going to straight up die to that. And I just really need to hope this thing is not Mega. Please do not be Mega Heracross. That would be an absolute terrible thing. Goes for the Earthquake. I don't know why he didn't go for close combat. But okay, we're going to go for a Will-O-Wisp here. I see no reason to not go for it. Well, it could be Guts. It definitely could be Guts. And that is an issue. I don't want to risk that. If he switches out here, he could be Scarf Moxie. But I really don't want to risk it. Let's go for the Fire Blast. It's going to withdraw, so maybe he is Scarf Moxie. Perhaps the Will-O-Wisp was the better play. In comes the... Oh, the Ferrothorn's not going to like this. Oh, the Ferrothorn is not going to like this at all. And it almost one-shots. Almost. Let's go for it again. I think we actually outspeed. Lantern might be coming in here. I don't know. He's going to just withdraw, and we'll see what comes in. It's going to be the Talonflame, and Fire Blast is going to do absolutely nothing to this thing. Ouch. Brave Bird could be coming. Will-O-Wisp could be coming. Swords Dance could be coming. I know we can survive a Brave Bird, though. I know that we can. So let's go for the T-Bolt. Because why not? Why not go for the T-Bolt here? Weezing putting in a surprising amount of work here. Here comes the Brave Bird. So this thing might very well be Choice Banded because a lot of them on Battle Spot are. Everybody likes to run similar sets. That does nothing. Holy smokes, that does nothing. And the T-Bolt almost takes this Talonflame out. It's going to show a Citrus Berry there, so we're going to have to go for another T-Bolt here. Now, a switch could be coming, seeing how much damage that did. It's very, very possible, so let's go for another T-Bolt. I don't see any reason to not go for T-Bolt here. Talonflame will go down this turn, though, if he wants to stay in. I guess she. I don't know, I can never keep the genders of my opponents straight in my mind. It's just not something I think about, and I just call everything a he a lot of times. So there's the Brave Bird. That's going to take us down to about the 60% mark as far as our HP goes. There is the T-Bolt. That's right, Weezing taking out the Talonflame. Oh, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. There is the Black Sludge Recovery. I don't know that my opponent's Pokemon, either one, can one-shot this Weezing. I'm very happy that I brought it, and I almost didn't. So that is good news. Out comes the Ferrothorn. Alright, so we are going to one-shot this thing as long as Fire Blast hits. Although we've hit 2 in a row. So Fire Blast missing is very, very possible. I will say that much. But we're going to go for it anyway. And we're going to hit a 3rd Fire Blast in a row. That is a dead Ferrothorn. Weezing picking up 2 kills. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We are witnessing a complete dismantling. by this Weezing. And I don't think this Heracross can do much to me. They normally like to carry Earthquake, Close Combat, let's see what else. Maybe Mega Horn, maybe Knockoff, or Stone Edge. None of them really do a whole lot. We resisted stabs, so Close Combat and Mega Horn are out of the question. We're immune to the Earthquake. The only other thing he can do is Stone Edge and or, what was the other move I said? Knockoff. Now, looking at the rest of my team, Bisharp is going to get destroyed, depending on what move this Heracross locks himself into. And Lunatone could potentially get destroyed as well. So we kind of need to be careful. I don't necessarily want to burn this thing. I want to just go for Fire Blast. Because if it's Guts, it's not worth it. We're going to avoid the Stone Edge, and we're going to connect with the Fire Blast for a 4th time. And that does about half. No burn, so that's good. And judging by the way this person has been using this Heracross, I really do think that it is Moxie, Scarf, all that jazz. So, that being said, I think we're just going to go for another Fire Blast, though. Because that's going to KO this thing, unless we get... Oh, no, it may be Guts, alright. Switches up the moves here, been bluffing the Scarf, so I think it was a good play on my part to not burn this thing. He's going to get his defenses dropped. We finally miss a Fire Blast there, but I don't think that's that big of a deal, because we can just go for it again. We're actually running out of PP on this thing. But, oh, the match is going to be forfeited, so that's going to be it. I think my opponent really, really wanted me to just burn that Heracross, and it was not happening. So that's going to be a double victory for us. We won every match except for one with this team, I believe. We lost the first match 2 videos ago, and then we haven't lost since, I don't think, because we had a bonus battle in the first video, and we won both of those. And then we won both of the matches in the last episode, and we won both matches today, so that's a 31 game differential right now, 86 and 55. And I cannot believe how much we've been winning lately. I don't get it. I don't get it, but Weezing, how about Weezing? How about that Weezing? Come on now, you have to admit, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Whether my opponent was... If you think that they were a bad player, or they misplayed, or the team matchup was bad, you still had to enjoy the fact that Weezing basically won that match. We basically just saw a Weezing sweep, because that Heracross, even with a crit, I don't think it was going to take out that Weezing. So that's just, I don't know. That's something special, I have to say. Anyway, that's going to be it for this time, guys. So thank you very much for watching. As always, don't forget to click that thumbs up button if you have not done so already, because it does help out a lot. And I will see you all for the next episode. But until then, game on.